What's it doing?
Why is it now on the Roll20?
I don't know why.
I don't want it on the freaking... Why is it on... Oh.
Is it on my phone? It might be on my phone. I don't care.
Hold on, chat. It's just one thing after another today.
Apparently.
Ah! No! Stop it!
No, I have the picture somewhere. Where the fuck is it?
Why is... Okay, we're just gonna do this. There we go. All the technical difficulties today.
I guess it doesn't really matter. You still have the picture, right?
Of...
Somewhere.
I don't have time to find it. I don't know where it is.
Okay. I'm just trying to find it myself.
Don't even ask me, because I have no idea. The fun.
Alright, chat. We'll be ready in just a second. I'm sorry.
Well, we are live currently.
Wait, yeah, I know.
Well, we are live currently.
Wait, yeah, I know. Alright, okay. I'm really sorry for us being delayed today. You guys, we normally would have started at 1 this afternoon, but due to some unforeseen circumstances of my work schedule for last night, I missed all of my alarms, so I'm really sorry. So we're starting now, and we're gonna go until 5. So it'll be slightly shorter today, but that's okay. We're still playing. But welcome to Sleeping Angels. Just want to give a quick thank you to the sponsors, Roll20, Tabletop Loot, So Nerdware, and Devonroo for sponsoring us and supporting the channel. You can also support the Patreon, which supports the bulk of the operations here, and the subs and bits will give you emotes while giving the players extra benefits. So just type in, just hop on over to the Patreon. And as always, we have a Discord, so hop on in. If you guys want to introduce yourselves and describe your character real quick for those who weren't here last week. We can start with Pashini.
Well, I play as Pashini. She's a little dick centaur, which is only 8 inches tall, and she is just the goodest little bean. She is pretty much an entire mess. She has sticks and twigs in her hair. She has painted spots on her body. She has a white coat, and she has 2 specific sticks or twigs that look like antlers, and one is silver and one is gold. And yeah.
I suppose I can take initiative for the second introduction. So I'm Angela. I'm going to be playing Alucard, a Dragonborn Battlemaster fighter who essentially just looks like a very seasoned soldier, well, sort of ex-soldier with a bunch of scars and like just cuts and bruises all over the body, wearing a bunch of plate mail and wielding a long glaive pole arm that looks like it was fashioned out of a dragon's bone. From what bone, still yet to be determined, but essentially just a long pole arm. It looks like I tore it out of a dragon.
Metal.
I cannot
Is it
get
me?
to...
Is it my turn?
Yep.
I can go. I am Ray. I will be playing Morgan, a Nephilim blood hunter. She is... her wings come and go. Being a Nephilim, she can make her wings come and go at will. She depending on the day, she'll have them out, and other days she won't have them out. She has dyed white and black 2 braids that start from the center of her head and then just go back on the both sides of her head or whatever, just 2 long braids. And she has a sword strapped to her back, but most notably she uses her bow a lot, so it's carried crossbody, and a quiver of arrows on her back as well. She has red eyes, and yeah, that's about it.
And Myth, if you want to wait.
I am Mythosia. I am not usually here. I'm just standing in for somebody this week. I will be playing Summer, who basically you take David Bowie and you give him a glam metal aesthetic and also faintly orange skin, and that's pretty good description.
I had to redo the rolls because Roll20 or OBS decided it was not going to cooperate with me today.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Let me do a test roll real quick.
He's a music man roaming the land.
We'll just use Magnus because he's there. This is just a test roll.
Okay. And Summer's dead.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Summer.
Fuck you, Summer. I get the last laugh.
Alright, chat. Let's get started. So last session, the party made their way all to the Grey Keep to speak with the Council of Mortalis in order to... Go away, Kroger. In order to take note of a situation in which a very old, very angry archangel who was put to sleep is in the process of being rewoken by those who may have already been his followers or just fanatics who found out something cool and are messing with something they don't understand. Found out that there's a list of items that they need to perform this ritual. One thing being the blood of a Nephilim, which does affect one of our lovely party members. The other is the holy fire, which none of you really know all that much about. It's really been kept quiet by the Arcadians and anyone who has anything to do with it. There isn't really a whole lot known about it, other than what Decimus told you and the fact that there are 6 seals that need to be broken in order for it to be fully claimed. And they are protected by the Arcadians. As you guys left, you met Lord Magnus, who told you that you need to go down to Raven Thicket, as there have been sightings of the Midaris cult down there. He can't fully send his spies out because, you know, vampires and sunlight don't really mix all that well. And he loaned you his war horses to ride down the mountain and down from the wild north to the Southlands, and some of you didn't have that all the good luck with your horse at first. It didn't quite like you all that much, but you seem to have got along a little bit better now. You kind of have an understanding going now. Then you guys, on your way down, about halfway down the mountain, you encounter what looked like a big pile of snow. It was a big pile of snow with a big lizard under it, but an angry lizard, but you managed to fight the dragon off without dying. You just Skyrimmed it, it's okay.
Don't forget the Santa hat.
And he had a Santa hat on. I don't know why. Something's weird about that dragon. I mean, you might want to watch out for, like...
Ori, were you DMing while drunk again?
I have deer man's... No.
No.
No, unfortunately. No, I'm kidding. No, DMing while drunk is... It can be fun, but I try not to.
Everybody has to be drunk for it.
Yeah, the whole party has to be drunk, not just me. It's not fun. But yeah, you guys, we ended the session with you guys desperately saying, we need to heal.
Yeah, I'm going to cast
will
Mass
say,
Cure Wounds on my party.
Nearby, because that map that you guys were on, the battle map, was not inaccurate of the mountain. It was just a snow map that I found to throw the dragon on real quick for that random encounter. There is, if you look around, who's got the highest passive perception?
I have a 20. My other character
Definitely not
has
me.
one.
You notice a cave nearby that's big enough to have been the dragon's cave that you guys can take shelter in. It is getting dark now at this point because you guys left Magnus's in the morning, and it takes about a day and change to get fully down the mountain.
Dark and cold.
And I have music now.
I have music.
I have music now.
Imagine Pashini healing is just Pashini smiles and we all feel better about our idea.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably.
Small bean of adorable happiness that just makes us all feel better.
Based on what I've been hearing about Pashini, that sounds about right.
she just walks up, smack dab in the middle of like everybody, just smiles, and then everyone feels better.
Hi, I'm Pashini.
Right, exactly. Hi.
You just say, "Hi, I'm Pashini" again. Like, that's
Yeah.
the actual
Hi,
incantation.
I'm Pashini.
That's just her
Oh,
spellcasting
yeah.
focus is high in Pashini.
Yeah.
That's how she channels the positive energy to heal.
It's like, "Hi, I'm Pashini." Cast blight at each level.
No.
I'm doing that now.
I don't like you.
You have done. She's just gonna smile and just go, "Hi, I'm Pashini."
Just her various spells, the way you tell the difference is her inflection and how fast she says it.
I'm just hearing the angry hi, I'm Pashini in my head, and it just doesn't sound very angry.
A storm of vengeance.
I picture a demon voice, Pashini. Not just like that, like the demon, like cute.
Hi, I'm
Like,
Pashini!
I'm Pashini. Yeah, basically that. I can't do that voice, but just pretend whenever she's trying to get angry.
You just have to shoot for Dark Knight voice and land at garbled.
Christian Bale voice.
Yeah,
I'll practice. I'll see if I can get it.
yeah, that voice coming from Pashini still, I don't know. I don't think it would be very threatening until the spell hits, and then
You're like, oh wait, she's a level 15 druid. I should be concerned.
Oh, but she's so cute though.
Alright, so
That's
you
what
guys find this cave. It is starting to snow again, but not quite as hard as it was the day before. It's picking up though, and it's getting dark, and those Alucard, you know from living up here, you don't want to be out in this weather after dark. And Asir says the same thing. He just says, we don't want to be walking down the mountain in the dark because the cliffs and, you know, all the nasties that lurk. So.
This is probably a sign that we should all be bunking down for the night, just shifting, taking watch as need be.
Oh, I can do a thing. I forgot. It's a part of my thing. Where is it?
Are you guys in the cave yet?
Oh yeah, no, we walked towards the cave.
If it's starting to pick up, then
Yeah, especially if it's starting to pick up.
As you get inside, I want perception rolls.
Okay. I will do that first.
Yeah, no.
22.
they'll do terrible rolls.
I'm way
Of
too
course,
cold.
it's Pashini. Alright, as you guys get in there, Alucard and Morgan, it's cold. It's cold, you're tired, you're hurt. That dragon was just a pain in your ass that you didn't want to deal with today, and you just don't want to deal with it. You do notice when you get inside, you're distracted by his horde. Because it's not a normal dragon horde. It's very odd dragon horde. You notice, as you get inside, that there are massive piles of frozen cheese mixed in with gemstones and gold pieces, but frozen hunks of various kinds of cheeses. Yes, I looked up different dragon hordes. Yes, I picked the shitpost one. This is not the prepared shitpost that I had for you.
Cheese has never been made again.
There's cheese in here that's so old that you don't even know what kind of cheese it is. It's just
it's ancient cheese.
There's so much cheese. Like,
Ancient
this dragon
orders.
had problems.
We can't smell that, right?
No, it's all frozen.
Okay, just making sure.
But Ori, and I quote you, there's no such thing as too much cheese.
There's not. There's never too much cheese. What are you talking about? Pashini, when you go in, you notice the cheese, but due to your normal thought process of just being all over the place anyway,
she's just looking around, dotting.
You notice something else. Damn it, Knight. You notice in the corner, hiding behind this pile of cheese, is a elf.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want me to roll a stealth check? No, I'm kidding.
Is he hiding or is he like?
No.
I'll let you describe yourself. Miss.
He thinks he's hiding, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, like I said before, it is very much an elf with like this very faintly orange skin, long hair tied back in a ponytail, wearing what looks to be a jacket made of leather, and like some boots and tight-fitting pants, with a lute and some kind of headband on. But beyond that, it doesn't look like he's carrying much else.
Okay. Pashini being Pashini and wanting to make friends, she's going to bound up to the elf and go, "Hi, I'm Pashini. Why are you trying to steal the cheese?"
As soon as Pashini says that, I'll like turn and look and notice an elf, and like before I notice, Pashini, who are you?
She's pointing at him and at the cheese.
Oh. Hello?
I'm going to roll something. Just to see how bad. Okay.
You've never seen one of these before, Summer.
How are
She's
you?
wagging her tail. I'm Pacini.
Just looks over. If you're a dragon, this is a weird game.
Pacini's gonna like look at herself, like her hands, and she's just gonna be like, I'm Pacini. I'm a centaur.
The dragon's dead, however. Have you been in here the entire time while we were fighting the dragon?
What that was?
I'll look back out to where the dragon's like body is still obviously like there, like we didn't move it or anything. It's still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Blocking probably some portion of the road, and now this just collapsed.
Right.
There's just a dragon corpse across the road.
Yes, there was a dragon out there. No, really, have you been in here the entire time?
Just processing. Probably then, yeah.
Okay, and are you okay? Are you in danger? Or are you hiding from the dragon?
He's stealing the cheese.
Give me something.
I mean,
She just points at him again.
yeah, it's a giant fuck off dragon. I'm just one person. I ain't taking my chances trying to kill the damn thing. It would probably eat me.
Well,
But
you
you
don't have to. We
killed it,
killed
so
it.
thanks, I guess.
Thanks, I guess. And I'll just like turn away and start looking at like the copious amounts of cheese.
Hi, baby.
Practically the same with
Pashini's
Morgan.
Pashini's looking at Summer, and it's like that look that a dog will give to like their owner of like, I it's like your interest in this elf, and it's just that stare of just like, huh.
What? just kind of looking down in confusion, just like, what? I don't know what you are, like. Just doing the mime thing of like.
She looks like a very tiny centaur, like someone shrunk a centaur to you.
Yeah, just they don't.
I'll like toss over my shoulder. Have you touched any of this cheese?
No. I'm not really interested. It's probably all really old.
Is there any? Oh, go ahead. Is there anything like scattered, like looking around at this? Is like there anything that catches my eye? Anything of interest other than cheese and like the few whatever coins that are scattered in there?
Nobody ever said white dragons are smart.
No, they in fact generally aren't.
But he had some. You find just various pieces of like crappy armor and stuff from people who've come down the mountain or up the mountain that the dragon has decided to make dinner along with his cheese. And you find about where's my notes? You find about 600 gold worth of just various gems. No diamonds in this mix, but about 600 gold worth of gemstones. There's some rubies and emeralds just mixed in. The dragon seems to hoard food more than it does
treasure.
Treasures,
There are a lot of cheese wheels.
Just the idea of the fact that this dragon was solely eating cheese is like a little bit disturbing and a little bit amazing, because that had to be like nothing. That's why there's so much here, because that had to be like nothing of a meal for this dragon.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any of it's been even attempted to be eaten. There's no bites taken out of the frozen cheese. It's just...
Oh, so the dragon was nesting. Got you.
Yeah.
The dragon was just building a nest.
He's just hoarding the cheese.
Nest.
Got you. Okay. Any like... So just coin, cheese, and jewels and stuff. No, like paper, nothing like that. No, nothing like that.
I mean, you see sorry, various old pieces of paper that aren't really legible anymore due to just having been wet from snow and dragon laying on them, and just everything else.
Nothing with legible writing.
Nothing legible. There's nothing, and anything that is legible is just nonsense. None of it's any import.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, okay, I've seen people like you before, but much bigger. Did like a wizard make you really tiny, or?
No, I was born like this. I'm a type of centaur that's called a dick centaur. And I'm a deer.
Wait. That seems kind of demeaning.
Why?
Summer not being well versed in the names of animals. Just like, oh.
Alright.
That's probably an animal or something.
I am going to, because I'm really cold, I'm going to sit down and cast Create Bonfire. Because it's freezing in here, and apparently I'm the only one interested in any sort of warmth at the moment.
You
Yeah,
do.
no,
Machine
I'm
got
just-
distracted.
You do
I'm
find.
just helping Morgan like set up any other things to help keep the fire going and such, and I'm just like keeping my glaive and my eyes pointed on the mysterious elf who really hasn't given anything about himself other than just being kind of weird.
Yeah.
Alucard doesn't trust him.
I'll turn to Alucard at this point. Well, while they're helping me set the bonfire up, and I'll ask, so how long do these storms usually last? Will we be okay to go during the morning, or?
It doesn't look like this is gonna be a bad one, so you should be good to go.
Okay.
Morning should come and we should be able to continue our journey.
You should be fine. And these horses are used to this kind of weather, so they should be fine.
It's just best to avoid what roams around at night. That's why we should definitely be making camp and not risking it.
As you say that, you hear just a god-awful screech coming from somewhere else on the mountain.
I will turn and then give like a nod. Okay, I see what you mean.
So Pashini's gonna like just tug on the elf that's in front of her, and she's gonna be like, "Come, Mr. Orange, where I can keep you safe." And she's gonna like try to tug him in the direction of where the bonfire is being made.
Oh yeah, names. Those are important. Sorry. Dragon's dead. That's new information. You can call me Summer.
Right after he says that, and he says, I will say, doesn't matter, you're Mr. Orange now.
Yeah, I've been called worse, actually. That's actually kind of endearing. Okay. I mean, in repayment for you guys saving my ass, I can make, I guess you could call it a safe camp. It'll take me a minute to make, though. And I know, strange man, casting magic, doing weird shit, but okay, let's be honest. Between the two of you, and just pointing at Morgan and Alucard, you could probably just murder me outright.
Thought about it.
I didn't.
Little weird, but that's fair. So I'm not like gonna try anything, because again, I'd probably die, and I like living. So if you'll give me a minute, we can have a place safe from the storm.
Just be useful. Try and do good. There'll be no harm coming to you.
When Pashini gets to the camp, she is going to cast Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. And basically, you're just going to see Pashini do a little jump, and just these like little shadow things just come out and just create like a dome that eventually goes invisible. It's just like she's, I guess, if she had a basket of flowers or something, that's what she's doing. She's just throwing it around.
Huh. That's no.
When did Pashini become a vassal of the Night King?
No, this is a part of her dream.
I know.
This skill, so it's like, yes, this is perfect.
Pashini works for the Night King, apparently.
I mean, she was born in autumn. I mean,
Technically, she is one of his
she's
subjects.
probably run into a few things by accident and not actually realized what she's been doing.
She's run into Kieran, and Kieran's just like, oh. Hi.
I like you. Here you go. I can help.
I'll just sit in front of the bonfire while watching the two of them work. Only slightly curious after Pashini does her thing, but you know, I'm just taking it all in, trying not to be cold at this point.
Alucard,
Hmm.
are you looking outside at all?
Yeah, even with the protection and everything, I'd probably still be making sure, like doing rounds just to make sure nothing else.
Roll me a perception roll in the snow.
In the meantime, I am spending the minute to cast Magnificent Mansion.
Doesn't matter that I picked it to be trained in. Still doing terrible on it.
Oh no. It's the worst.
Yeah, that's rough.
I mean, my passive is 16, but I doubt that helps.
No, I'll take your passive on this one. You, as you're looking outside, you start to miss it because as you're actively looking, you almost miss it, but you see sitting out in the snow, just sitting there watching the cave, is a big white wolf, but it's almost transparent, and it's just watching the cave. It doesn't seem like it's hostile. It just seems like it's just watching.
How far away is it from us?
From the mouth of the cave, I'd say about 50 feet, 60 feet. It's on the tree line. So the cave comes out to the cave mouth is about 60 feet from the edge of the cliff, and then there's about 10 feet of trees between the edge of the cliff and the road. And it's sitting at the edge of the tree line.
I'll just call out to it. If you're interested in killing us, you might as well at least talk with us before eating me. Feel free to come in if you'd like.
What?
Incite the wolf.
Incite as in anger it, or insight as in roll an insight?
Insight.
Insight roll, insight roll.
Different thing.
Very different meaning.
Ooh. It's not.
Why is that what I roll high on? I have a +1 for insight.
Listen, I rolled a 19 persuasion the other day during D&D to convince a baron that I needed to arrest his guard captain, and I have a +2 persuasion, so
It happens.
I am the last person that should be persuading anybody.
Yeah, it's true.
Out of that whole party, yeah. You see, the ghost doesn't look hungry. It's not a ghost. Chat, stop putting words into my head. It's not a ghost. The wolf doesn't look hungry. It doesn't look hostile. It looks almost as if it's just keeping watch over you, is the sense you're getting from this wolf.
Do I notice it
After
after Alucard?
I assume after Alucard has spoken.
After Alucard speaks to it, yeah, you guys look out. Morgan, you don't see anything. Pashini, you've
Okay.
seen this wolf before.
Okay. Yeah, Pashini's just gonna eagerly wave.
Which doesn't mean anything to the rest of you because she would eagerly wave at a hungry
Yeah.
giraffe.
Yeah.
I'll look around and see Pashini wave, and is there something that I'm missing? I'm not seeing anything.
There's a wolf watching us.
Someone will just look
Oh,
over.
you can see it too!
It is very translucent, so you could very well mistake it for a ghost, Alucard.
I assume you have a reason for watching us. I won't bother you if you won't bother me. If you're here to protect anybody, then I respect you even more. If you're here to hurt, well, you know the risks. And I just sort of just tap the glaive against the side of the wall.
The wolf kind
Especially
of...
if you try and hurt the young one. And just point down to Pashini.
She's still waving. She's just like, and she's just like, I would say by now, after the wave, she's just like beckoning it to like come.
I'm gonna squint harder and try to see. I'm not seeing anything. Are you all sure it's there? I mean, I promise I don't think there's anything wrong with you all, but I'm not seeing anything.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty wrong with me, but I think at least 2 of us are able to see it.
Alucard, as you spoke to the wolf, it kind of just picks its front paw up and puts it down on the ground, and there's a little line of flowers that come up from the ground towards you, and it just little flowers show up at your feet in the snow.
Can I see it with my passive of 19?
And you don't see it. It's appearing specifically.
Okay, so just just fishing. I mean, if the large dragon man sees it, then I don't think Pashini is just seeing things. But I don't see it either.
You guys do see these flowers suddenly sprout up from the point in which they're staring at, in the line.
That's
from that
some
point
fake bullshit, though, and I'm very experienced in fake bullshit.
They're little daffodils at your feet, Alucard.
I forget.
Damn it.
Is it associated with who I think it is? Who I know it is?
It is.
Or is it actually?
It is an avatar of who you think it is.
Okay.
Ah, shit! I was casting that. Fuck. Damn it.
She's gonna turn to Alucard, and she's gonna be like, "That's dirt, mummy."
I knew it.
It's just like an instant point.
I'm guessing, being from the Fey realms myself, I would probably know who she's. At least have an idea of who she's speaking about.
You can guess because you're from the Fey realms. You've never heard her called that.
Wait.
I'm assuming Earth Mummy wants to be sure you're taking care of, Pashini.
She's just gonna shrug. She's just gonna go. Eh.
Do you pick the flowers up?
Yeah.
Earth?
When you pick up the daffodils, your arms stop hurting.
The Earth Mother just appeared to you.
She'll take some time just to unwrap the like heavy binding she has for her gauntlets, and then just sort of like take some of the flowers and like I'm sure it's still like freezing cold and everything with everything outside and everything, but
those flowers should not have grown.
The pain is gone, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At least while you're touching the flowers.
He'll sit sort of like knees pressed to the ground, sort of like setting the glaive like point blade down into the dirt, or like at least against the wall. If it can't be stood up directly pointed down in the dirt, then at least against the wall, and then just sort of like hands together, almost like in prayer, sit down and just rest and just sort of hold the flowers, just very almost reverently, but not really saying anything else, just sort of like nodding and saying like mouthing like thank you.
So Pashini's gonna reply to Summer and just go. She's my friend, and then she also helps my other friend, and she points at Alec. She actually has no idea why the Earthworm's there. She's just like.
I mean,
you get the sense she's not there for you this time.
Yeah.
just
like
kinda...
like she understands, but like in her mind, it's kind of like Alucard is now her friend. The Earthworm comes to help her friend through her.
Shrugs. Goes back to just like. I get. Ah, damn it. Goes back to casting the spell, having to restart till he stopped doing it.
The wolf actually will come over and just like give like a little nose on the forehead for Alucard, and then it'll come over and just like pull Pashini into a little like wolf hug, and then then the wind blows, there's just snow and flower petals, it's gone. The flowers are still there.
Pashini's just very happy.
Try and take some of the bindings to keep the flowers safe from any of the wind or any of the growing storm, and just sort of tuck them into my back.
But yeah.
Very curious place.
Pashini, you know she doesn't normally manifest, and when she does, it's as that ghost wolf.
Yeah.
As far as you're aware, she doesn't usually manifest.
Okay. I think by now Pashini's probably getting very tired. She's had a very busy day. So I think she would end up curling up near the fire a little bit more so than everybody else.
Am I done casting my mansion yet?
Probably got a little bit distracted.
Yeah, just yeah, I kept getting distracted, so want my mansion, Ori.
You get your mansion then.
Good. I mean, if you guys want to sleep out in the cold and the snow, go ahead, but in there's warmer and there's food and stuff.
Chini's already flat out asleep. She falls asleep really fast. It's just like, she lies down, gets comfortable, and then it's just like, plop.
She's one of those inhuman people that can instantly just lay down and pass out, and I stay there for like 5 hours staring at the ceiling.
So she's like a giant puppy.
Well, she's used to sleeping outside, so for like her, it's just like, bloop.
Yeah, just explosive burst of energy, and then go.
And she's gone.
Anyways.
Alucard would just go, probably not that weirded out by the whole mansion thing or even Pashini's stuff, but we'll take a second to go over to Morgan and be like, do you, even if this is safe, do you still want to bother with watches, or do you think we should count this as fine?
I'll turn to, because I have no idea how this stuff works, how his magic works. So I'll turn to I'll turn to Mr. Orange and go and say, so is the safe, will just anyone be able to enter, or?
I mean, the only people who can enter are the people I say can, which is just gonna be the 4 of us. So it should be safe, barring any. I mean, if somebody with high enough magic wants to come and dispel it, I guess, but beyond that, we should be fine, and unless you've pissed off any wizards.
I'll turn to Alucard and kind of raise my eye and eyebrow and say, does that work for you? I mean, I personally am a little bit iffy about it, but I mean, it does seem to be our only option and our safest option, rather than being, and I'll just kind of like wave around the cave, being exposed to the elements.
Wave around the cave, indicating the
cheese
section. It's also surrounding us. The actual threat that we all fear is that the ice that is frozen over the cheese will slowly melt, and it'll just be like just swing wheels of cheese crushing us. Right?
Oh,
it's just
no.
gonna smell so bad.
It's gonna smell awful, just like
Alucard will, like, it will be very it will be said in like a very like respectful, clear kind of tone, like not quite like deferring to your authority per se, but very sense of like high respect, that like you seem like someone who knows what they're doing, or is, at least in Alucard's mind, like, okay, they pick someone who has some sort of martial and or combat experience as opposed to
as opposed to the bean.
The small bean. So I trust your judgment equally. And Pashini, I trust more by nature of, I don't think I have to trust the council. Pashini seems genuinely helpful, so therefore I will trust her. Yeah, so I'll take time in the mansion as well.
Okay.
Does someone pick Pashini up and bring her inside so she's not out there by herself? Okay.
I will. If possible, I will take her.
Just in your hands, she's like, you know, when you pick up like a puppy and it's just asleep and its head's just kind of just gone bloop, like over. Yeah, that's basically her. She's just all fluffy.
That's exactly what I imagined too. That's so great.
I imagine it's like one of the few like if you watch Alucard throughout, it's one of the few moments where they're actually trying to be very tender or
Gentle,
like,
yeah.
gentle of, like,
No control over limbs, like just all over the place in Alucard's arms.
I mean, he also is like
Head
the
is just
size of a
flopping
puppy.
everywhere.
right, but like Alucard
Yeah.
has more respect for Pashini than a puppy.
Right? No, I guess you. It's like, that works.
So yeah, we go inside the mansion. What do we find?
What does the inside of Summer's funhouse look like?
It looks like what he remembers his old home looking like, but
Okay.
better. So more. So Summer's from a noble family, and he got ousted, and they were fairly
I mean, they had good reason.
yeah, they were fairly refined in their tastes. Summers is an ostentatious mess. It is very flashy and stupidly expensive if it wasn't all just magic. Just kind of takes his coat off and throws it, and one of the servants in the mansion picked it up and just, all right, we got rooms upstairs. Go ahead and find one. None of them should be occupied except for the big one. That one's mine. Don't take that. Food's down the hall. Other than that, there really ain't much in here that we need.
It's shelter. It works.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright. I'm gonna go not pass out. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the morning. Start heading upstairs.
I will turn to Alucard and say, I am not entirely certain that he is capable of anything. So I feel a little bit more assured that we'll be safe here. Maybe. I'm still on the fence about it. And then I'll just give like a nod and then head upstairs to find a room, I guess.
Just wearing Pashini, you just hear it go, "Don't take my stick."
Oh.
it's just a very groggy "don't take my stick."
So I'll probably
It's
hear
fine.
that like midway up the stairs and then I'll turn and I'll say, oh, and please take care of her. Make sure she's okay as well.
Just see him just sort of like tap the glaive to the ground, like the blunt end of it, and just sort of nod respectfully, almost like a salute. Like,
I'll just like nod back then and then finish my trek up the steps.
yeah, Alucard will just, as soon as he can, just make sure Pashini gets like a very comfortable room, like tucked in like very well and what have you. Although I imagine it's a little bit uneasy with the like limb distribution the way that his part is, but he tries his best to just make sure she's good.
This is awkward. What?
It just looks like an infant being tucked into like a king size bed. It's just-
You swaddle her up, otherwise it looks like you're trying to tuck in a spider.
Well, like yeah, it's like Centaur Part 2. Like which side like do I lay? Like I don't know where to lay. Like which side?
Yeah. The rooms would also be very flashy, but the beds are still very comfortable.
Mhm.
No magical expense has been spared.
No, Alucard will just make sure that she's like comfortable sleeping. We'll set aside some of the flowers on if there's like a little like nightstand or anything of that sort, making sure that there's like a nice little ring
Okay.
for her when she wakes up, and like probably very clumsily because he's not the most dexterous person, she'll try and just put them together in like a crown formation. It'll fit like Pashini's sticks the way that they stick out, and then they'll go to another room, but we'll not sleep in the bed. We'll just like grab the pillow and the blankets and what have you, and then just head out to like there's a main hall because this is way above their taste, and this is just not comfortable for them.
Right.
Not what this is. They're like, this is nowhere near what they want to live in and are used to living in. So they're just gonna like,
just nah, I'm good. I'll sleep on the floor.
yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna go be comfortable in the main hall. Just sleep somewhere.
Yeah, no problem.
Morgan. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before they go to bed?
No.
Ooh,
Pashini's already
there's a
out.
bug on me. Go away.
Yeah, Summer's just fuck this. Fucking dragons.
Dragon.
So, the rest of you get some good sleep. Alucard, the flowers help when you're touching them, and they don't seem to be wilting at all. She gave you 3 daffodils. They don't seem to be wilting at all. But they do need to be protected because they're still fragile flowers. So if they get destroyed, they're going to be gone. But you do have to be touching them for that to work. The pain relief to work. They have to be touching you. They have to be on your person. So you notice when they get removed from you when you go down to sleep, when you set them aside with your bag, the pain comes back.
Yeah, they're used to this happening in the evening. They'll probably just like touch it just for a little bit to calm down, but they'll just try and tuck it in the bag and make sure it's like a nice, safe like mound on the top of it, as opposed to like doing the purse kind of thing where you just fill it up with crap, and by the end of it, it's like, oh look, there's 3 pieces of gum that fell out of a container that's like twisted out inside.
When you touch those flowers, though, you get a sense of comfort, of like motherly comfort, almost as if she's trying to make things better.
Oh, there's Mama.
Earth Mama is best deity. Just gonna say that right now. She's my favorite of mine. But yeah, that's when you touch them. That's the feeling you get from them. Morgan, hi friend. How are you?
Worried.
Me too. I heard that phrasing and I was like, "Hi, friend."
This is not gonna be good. I feel it. Oh no.
This wasn't planned either. I just thought about it a few minutes ago.
Oh crap.
No, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Much.
Not as bad as me.
The much was implied. The much was so implied.
Oh, I know.
So implied. Oh no.
So you get to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and for the most part, it's fine. You're normal. Remember how the last time you went to sleep and you had a dream of your dad? This time you go to sleep and it's not your dad. It's someone else that you've not seen before. And you're not looking through your dad's eyes this time. You're looking at, it's like you're watching down on a scene. There's one angel. You've not seen them before, you have no idea who they are. They have skin that's so inky black, and their form is constantly just morphing and shifting. Like, their form isn't stable, it's constantly just kind of shifting a bit. Their wings are the same black ink color. There's little dots of what appear to be stars all over them. And there's 3 eyes. There's one in their forehead, one on normal spots, but they're just bright white. And he kind of just looks up at you, like you know he's seen you. And he kind of flicks his hand, and you're just pushed out of the dream. You're pushed away from looking at him. And he didn't do it angrily, he just nonchalantly was just... It appeared to be a male, but you're not entirely sure what they are, if they are anything at all. They look a lot different than your dad does. They don't look like a humanoid, per se. They just have that shape.
Okay, I will wake up, and for 2 seconds I forgot where I was, and so I'll look around for a moment, and then realize how plush the bedroom is, and then remember, oh right, I'm like technically out in
All
the
right, I'm
cave,
with the
and
creepy elf.
yeah, I'm in some mansion with some elf, and so I'll like get up and like peek out of my door, and like, do I notice anything weird? I don't. I'm assuming not.
Nope.
I'll walk out, and then I guess I don't know how to set up. I'll pretty much go to like I'll pretty much just do like a sweep of the house or the mansion or whatever to make sure I'm not finding anything weird.
That's a pretty simple floor plan of just rooms, main hall, like dining hall.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll do a sweep and make sure I'm not finding anything weird, specifically that inky angel.
Other than the transparent servants, probably. Probably not, unless we're
Okay. Other than that,
You do roll me a perception check or investigate. Yeah,
perception.
I found a song called "Existential Dread."
Oh, yep, that's fitting.
If it's too loud, let me know. I'll turn it down because it's just a quiet
Is
song.
that? Oh, it's not bad.
not bad at all.
It's really loud in my ear. I'm gonna turn it down. Would you roll 17? As you're looking around the house, Summer, you don't. This painting you didn't put here.
Mm.
You have no idea this painting exists.
Yeah, because I'm probably still down.
Yeah. As you guys are, or as you're walking around the house, Morgan, everything seems like it would normally be. Everything looks like it's in place. You see, as you're walking down one of the halls, you see a painting on the wall. There are 7 figures on it. They're all angels, but none of them have... You can't see any of their faces. They're all wearing masks. And one of those figures has, like, a burn mark across it.
I can't see any patients. Like, I don't... None of them are any I recognize. Or, like, just, like...
You see the silhouette of one that you think might be your dad. But that's not the one with the burn mark across it.
Okay. So with that, and how many there are, would I connect some dots?
Explain to me what dots you're connecting, because I think I know where you're going with this, but...
This wouldn't happen to be, like, say, a picture of the Arcadians, would it?
You could make that guess, yeah.
Okay. And of course, I wouldn't know what the rest of them look like.
No.
I don't think I would. No, I definitely would not.
That silhouette, the angel that you saw just a moment ago, kind of fits the build of one of the other ones in the picture, but he's very amorphous almost, because his form was shifting constantly. If that's the right word. It might not be the right word, but his form was constantly just kind of shifting a bit.
No, I know what you
could
mean.
never get a good read on his form while you were looking at him. Almost as if he, like, had some sort of spatial displacement on him.
I can't do much about it right now.
And you look back at the painting, and it's not the same painting anymore.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
The one with the burn mark across it looked almost female in shape. Small, female, very short hair. Hair is probably a black color.
Okay, I try to, like, I will, I guess, run it over and over again in my head until I feel like I have it properly memorized. And then I will return to my room.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have another dream like that tonight. I'll turn the existential dread music off now.
Yeah, it might be nice. You wonder why I use Darkest Dungeon music. So Pashini wakes up and thinks she's teleported.
Nope, that's even darker. We'll go back to the Middle Earth music.
Wow!
Yeah, that's pretty much... When she wakes up, she's gonna be like, she's gonna be very confused, but then at the same time, she's just gonna jump out of bed and then start exploring.
I'm surprised she doesn't start by jumping on the bed, though.
No, she's got other priorities. She likes to explore things, so...
Oh,
if
how's
if summer is up,
yeah.
You would probably see her just darting around, and she would probably just do a small like hi, and then just keep going. You just see it zooming. She's doing zoomies.
yeah, just yep, like a puppy.
And then eventually she calms down and just starts kind of just walking around the place.
Just bouncing in place.
She's essentially a child.
Yeah. Like I said, kind of like a puppy. Explosive burst of energy and then out.
Yeah. But she lasts longer in the day. She doesn't fall asleep straight away.
Yeah, her explosive burst is a lot longer than most.
Yeah.
And then it's just...
I will
Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh my god.
I will probably wake up later than everyone else.
Does that make Alucard Wanda?
I will accept this. Wanda is Morgan and Alucard. I think in this instance, I don't think one person could hold that amount of responsibility as evenly.
So I guess Summer is poof. Can't control the magic and just does stupid.
Totally unintentional.
No, crap.
Summer is Wandissimo.
Oh.
Summer's Wandissimo to the max.
Yeah, probably.
And Decimus is like a mix of Wandissimo and Jorgen von Strangle.
Yeah, he's got the Jorgen build, but he's not...
He's not the asshole that Jorgen is.
Yeah.
That's what happens to my D&D games. They turn into Fairly Odd Parents Pokemon or freaking...
They turn into shitpost story. I wonder why. Yeah.
That's the expression of a very prepared and very functioning DM right there. Just
prepared, functioning,
and totally satisfied with where the game's going.
This is great. I don't even care. You guys haven't arrived at my actual shitpost yet. It's great.
Look, I mean, look, she prepares more than I do, at least.
I literally write a paragraph.
Yeah, I don't even do that. So we'll see what happens.
Because I have to learn not to write a full script because it never goes that way.
Anyways.
Alright, so you guys wake up in the morning. Everyone slept well except for Morgan for the most part. Flowers are still there, Alucard. They're not going anywhere. Summer.
Yeah.
Dude.
What?
Your favorite birds inside the house.
Oh, yes.
So all Summer hears is just, fuck you, Summer.
The rest of you notice, as you come to breakfast, sitting at the place of honor at the table where Summer should be sitting, at the head of the table, is a white raven just sitting on top of the chair.
Yes, Summer just walks in, sees Poe, and just... What?
The bird looks at Summer as a lot of you walk in, and all you hear come out of this bird's mouth is, "Fuck you, Summer!"
Someone looks at you, he's about to say something, just... Alright, Poe, what the hell does Nico want?
Nothing.
Pashini's just gonna look at it, and it's just like, "Hi, bird, I'm Pashini."
Should we leave? Is this something that you need to handle? I'm not entirely sure if you want us here for this.
Poe wants to watch.
When you
Your
say
name is Popo.
when you say it like that, doesn't sound right.
Poe was asked to watch by Dad.
Wait. Which one?
You know, Poe.
Look,
Oh.
I didn't know and Nico or
That one.
the king. Okay. Look, he gave me the headband so I'd stop being
This
stupid.
raven talks more than the rest of you have ever heard a raven talk, and he's an asshole.
Pashini's gonna like, in her mind, she's put 2 and 2 together, right? But it's not correct at all, and she's just gonna be like, "Wait, are you guys brothers?" She's just gonna look at the both of you because he said Dad. She's gonna be like, "Does that mean your mom was a bird? Is she pretty?" She's just gonna...
Summer just looks at Pashini and just, I can't do that. That's adorable. No, Poe is my cousin's bird.
So when the
When
bird
he
says,
Dad, he means my cousin.
but when he says
That's the
he's
cousin.
here to watch,
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
at that,
watch us eat?
the bird is gonna open its mouth and just open it like this, just one open, like, you know, from Lilo and Stitch when, like, you know, Stitch starts playing the
Yes.
record player out of his mouth. The bird just opens his mouth, and you hear in not the bird's voice, you hear, "Watch over Summer, because he's got himself lost on the mountainside now, and he can't find his way down without going outside of paper bag, because paper bags are hard to get out of Poe, and you know what I'm saying, because I don't understand human words, so you just go find him and get him off mountainside."
Oh my god.
And then he closes his mouth, and then he goes, "Bird!"
In response to all of this, Alucard will just like get the flowers, which he's probably woken up earlier than everyone else, and like just put 1 or 2 against the spots on his arms that like give them pain. Immediately take the daffodils off so that the pain shoots back into the arms, and then just start trying to find an exit. Just checking out like what's the best way to scoping out. getting
Poe's
off.
saying bird, right?
Huh?
Every so often.
After the bird
Poe's
has said all
saying
of this,
bird.
post seeing the bird, like the daffodils have been on the arms, and then the bird says all of this, and it's just like,
Nope.
I need this to focus.
Like- So is Poe saying bird every so often?
He looks
Like,
at
just
Summer.
bird, bird.
He looks at Summer and just says bird brain periodically.
Okay. Pashini's gonna like mimic back because she just thinks it's like just a trick type thing, because she knows that ravens can mimic, but not as well as this. So she's not understanding very well. So she's just gonna mimic back bird. And she's like bird, 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 brain, bird.
And actually, I have a picture of the bird. Hold on.
And she's just gonna like hop around. She likes this bird.
So your family thinks you're lost? Are you lost? Do you need help?
I mean, I wouldn't call it lost per se. You know, all those who wander are not necessarily. Yes, I am.
Okay. That could have gone better.
So
Let's
you're lost
try.
like me.
What?
I'm
No.
very lost too.
Oh,
We can be lost together. and then we can go home together. And she just outstretches her arms. It's just like, yeah.
Pashini, I don't think you can go home yet because we're on a mission. However, he can go home and then I'll turn to Summer and say, if there's a way that we can help.
I mean, I'm heading off towards. Just looks at Poe. Raven Thicket. I think.
Thank you for all of those gift subs you just gave out, Alberon RPG.
Ah.
I just threw up an image of the bird for you guys, by the way.
Oh, let's see. Okay.
Burb.
And the handouts.
Oh.
Oh, Fluffy.
And that's his master, but ignore that. That's just the bird.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. We are headed to Raven Thicket as well.
That's convenient.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
Yes, we're headed to Raven Thicket as well. I don't know if you were wanting to tag along. I mean, and then I'll look him up and down. And you did mention something about being able to die easily or something of the sort.
I mean, I've had my share of scrapes, I guess, but you and just points out in the direction where Alucard went. The Dragonborn, you guys look like you can handle yourselves in a fight, like, you know, actually hitting things a lot better than I am. I'm a traveling performer by trade, so I'm not exactly the most well-versed in swordplay, I guess. So it would be convenient for me to tag along with you guys. Yes, I would like that.
Pashini's gonna feel a little bit left out. And she's just be like, and I can do this! And she turns into I wish I had the thing. She's gonna turn into a... Give me something big that she can turn into. That's not challenge rating of 2.
A wolf.
Giant goat's only like a quarter 1 challenge rating.
What is it?
She'll turn into like a decently sized wolf. That's like 10 times her own size. And then she's just gonna sit and just wag her tail.
You know, I described her as a puppy earlier, and that's oddly fitting.
So what you're saying is you need escorts.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yes.
Okay, so I think we can do that, and then I'll start to look at Pashini, and then see an adorable wolf there, and then I'll turn to Alucard and say, unless you mind.
He's heading the same way we are. I imagine this won't deter us that much, and perhaps we'll get some additional aid out of doing it, so let's get on with it. I don't think we should dawdle too much.
I agree.
Also,
Yeah.
you're quite impressive, Pashini.
By the way, her coat literally looks like her deer coat, where there's just random coloured spots and she's just white. But the coloured spots like colours like green, red, purple, blue, and it's just on her back. And she just has one little black paw.
You know, actually, I need to check some part, but
She doesn't look right if she was an animal. Just doesn't work if she was trying to be stealthy and stuff.
No, I have a way to do something like that, but I don't think I can do it like she can, where it's just I gotta cast a spell to do it.
You also lose your mental stats when you polymorph yourself.
Oh, I know.
Summer can't
And
afford
Pashina will
that.
come back to normal.
Yeah.
She'll just go, "Ah!"
That's very impressive. just looks at Poe.
So should we head out now? I mean, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
On that note, we will take a break before you guys head out.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie.
So, real quick, again, guys, if you guys want to go over to Roll20, if you like playing your games, you can go over to Roll20, which is where I'm using the rolls and the maps today, and make a free account. You can buy things, you can buy extra assets and stuff. For the most part, it's free. But we'll leave you guys to our nice little movie, and we'll be right back. I'll be back about, 10 minutes?
Yeah, something around that.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot, your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware, it's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a buck or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
who Summer is the mortal incarnation of.
All right, chat, we're back.
Ah! What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I've listened. The last 24 hours have gone by in an order that I still haven't quite figured out. So.
Okay, we'll play Borderlands. We'll be right with you.
That's the only time today that I'm just gonna be like, I know what's going on. I know what I have to do. I'm just gonna shoot monsters and bandits, and that makes sense to me today.
Okay, but anyways, we should probably get back into the actual game.
Stream as we're live again.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. It's just Borderlands. It's fine.
Anyways.
But okay, so yeah, we are back. We're back. Hey, why are you like this?
Oh, and it's not the good dog either.
The good dog's on my feet right now.
Good.
Go lay down, honey. The Borker.
The druid is angry.
The druid is angry.
No, that's just Aldrich.
He can't bark though.
I know.
Alright, so we're back.
Yay.
We're back. So
Has the storm cleared up?
Huh?
Since the morning, like if we leave the mansion, is the storm cleared up outside the cave?
Let me open up my unicorn and I'll tell you.
Oh no.
Yeah, I thought you were opening it up from the back end.
That's the only way it opens. It's like, it's awkward.
No, just the way it was positioned, I thought you were opening it up.
Yeah, the storm's abated. I have a weather dice. I love it so much.
I know.
Dice.
Weather dice.
Yep.
Oh, well, what do you know? I'll be damned. Yeah, and
I really don't know what I'm gonna do when it lands on Hurricane.
I don't think the rest of us are gonna know where you're gonna do what we're gonna do.
Well, we're gonna stay in the mansion another day.
Yeah, thank you, Alvaron, for stopping by and for all the gift subs.
Thank you, Alvaron.
But yeah, the storms, it's cloudy, really cloudy, but the storm has stopped. It stopped snowing for now. As you come down the mountain.
Do we see all of the... Sorry. I am so sorry. That was entirely my fault. I am so sorry.
It's fine. I just wasn't ready for it. It just it escaped me.
Forgot I was muted. I'm sorry. Yes. It was very clear that she jumped. What?
What?
There's been 0 days since Ari has been startled.
But, crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. Do we see the horses out, like, nearby, or?
Yeah, they're fine. They're taking it. They're used to it. They don't care. They're just like, let's go now.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and grab mine, which was Thunder.
Thunder's okay with you today. He's in a good mood today.
That works. And then I'll hop on.
So,
I'll hop on Thunder's back. And go ahead.
The other two horses are a bit feisty today, though.
Huh.
Sounds about right.
I forget which one Pashini's on.
Pashini was,
Snowball.
Yeah.
The Frisian.
Whoever's riding Snowball, which is Alucard.
Pashini's gonna try to calm him down. Like, I think she rolled really well last time.
He's not gonna be unhandleable. He's just got attitude today.
Yeah.
He's spunky.
I mean, Pashini would just roll. I'll just roll an animal handling anyway, so... like an 18. She's just like, hello. Drew crafts, I guess, like a small little carrot or something. Like, it's tiny. Just like, yeah.
Hey, use any water? I don't know. Huh?
Alright.
Alright. Are we able to keep going on our path for the most part?
Yep. You guys make it down the mountain for the rest of the day with no issue at all. The snowstorms don't return. You get to the base of the mountain and you enter where the forests start. Forest is still dangerous, but
Of course.
there's no like huge cliffs that you're gonna not see and die by falling off of. So did anyone take anything from the dragon's hoard?
Oh, yeah. No, I would take, like, maybe 150 worth of gems.
I'm just wondering if Pashini would be. Was there anything that was remotely very, very shiny?
I mean, there was about 600
Gems.
gold worth of gemstones and a bunch of gold and
Like,
frozen cheese.
If there was like a tiny little gemstone that she could pick up that isn't, crazy big, she would probably pick one of those up. But
Yeah, also you find a little tiny one. It's a little ruby.
She have wanted more than that and just have only carried the one or two things she could actually physically carry.
Yeah. So she can only carry, like, for her, it's kind of just like, ooh.
Still really big.
Alucard will pick up more and keep it in his bag for Pashini.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll only take a little bit, like I said, like 150 worth of the gems or whatever. That's about it. Not because I need it or actually want it, it's just convenience.
I'm good.
Poe is with you guys as you go down the mountain.
Yeah.
Pashini and Poe are probably having, like, a very one-sided conversation. just Pashini asking questions and just repeating bird and bird brain.
Poe starts singing songs as you're going down the mountain, but they're kind of creepy. They're kind of creepy songs that this bird is singing.
Yeah, Pashini doesn't care. She would probably try to sing along as well. She's just in her little saddle bag, just singing with a raven.
So, are we gonna go straight through the forest? Is that the quickest way? Is that the best way?
If I don't die.
Would I have a sense of how dangerous it would be to try and go just directly? / is this would I know if this is the most direct path? Would I know either of those things?
Roll me history, because you would have had to take this path to get up there. From where you came from.
This is purely luck, everyone, because I have a modifier of 0 in this. Yep, nope.
It's been a while, and it was a hard trip for you to get up there, so you really aren't sure. You do know that the coastline is, for a time until you get down at least about halfway, cliffs that are not quite stable. And there are some things that are quite large that lurk in the water beneath the cliffs. Hence the picture on the map. But the Wild North, as you all know, is dangerous territory anyway. It's untamed wild. There's many creatures up here creatures and the few brave souls that live up here that may or may not be hostile against travelers. You don't know until you encounter them.
I think in that case, Alucard probably inform everyone of like, well, those are the risks. I would probably still advocate for going through the forest directly because it seems the best path overall. I think we can handle ourselves, but to stay on guard, we would be careful.
And
that's my call.
If it's risky no matter what, then yeah, trying to get through it the fastest way possible.
I can accept this.
What is Pashini?
And then Pashidi just goes, and we can make some friends.
Centaur will be the death of me.
Centaur's gonna be the death of all of you.
But she's just gonna
I'm
end
gonna
up
purposely try.
She's just gonna end up befriending the end boss, turning them away from their goals with pure adorableness.
So I'll want to start moving through the forest, but like try to keep quiet, or I guess move stealthily or whatever through, so we don't like draw attention to ourselves or destroy anything. Destroy anything, or like just like call attention to ourselves.
Everyone roll me stealth rolls. Just in general.
I mean, as long as everybody agrees, like just don't want to call attention to ourselves. Make it through as quietly as possible, and however as quickly as possible as well.
Probably the only time you'll ever see Alucard give you like a very raised eyebrow, and just not even say anything, just very calmly, like tap the glaive on the very loud plate armor that he's wearing. He's like, "All right."
I mean, worth a shot, I guess.
All the cameras moved.
Yeah,
oh
sorry.
no!
For some reason, my internet just cut itself. It's been a while since it's done that.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's just one of those.
It's
I
okay.
wasn't expecting it, but
It's okay. It's an easy fix.
It'd be a 12 on my end.
Okay.
Which is good for plate armor.
Okay, so we're rolling stealth.
Yes.
Okay. Did I put in... Okay. I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
And that's my stealth. Yeah!
Probably a good thing you did. So we end up 36, 29, 22, and 16.
Yep. And that uses one of my charges for my
Staff.
woodland staff.
E.
Pass. Oh no, it's just an at wheel. It just doesn't have a charge. So
Oh
that's
wow.
cool. Yeah.
That's real good.
Like everything else has like
We need to get that for Nyla.
charges.
What is
But
it?
See the DM pulling out the book again.
Well, I just need to
Stop
check
with the-
something. Oh, no. Okay, you're good. You're good. I had to check something's passive
But it's
perception.
like, oh, don't worry about it.
I had to check something's passive perception. You guys all rolled high enough to where it doesn't notice you
Aw.
yet.
Works for me.
Maybe I wanted to disintegrate it.
Alright, it's gonna take you a couple days to get down through the forest. About 2 more days to get down through the forest. And then another day, half day to get to the town. Day 1, you make it through. Nothing really bothers you at all. Day 2, same thing. You don't get noticed. Day 3, you come upon a part of the forest where there are some rather large treants.
Okay.
You don't really know if they're friendly or not. Pashini, most of the ones you've encountered, as long as you don't try to, damage their trees or their forest, they're generally okay and then friendly-ish. Friendly
Okay.
as far as, tree people can be. Because they really don't have a concept of... They don't have a concept of emotions as the rest of you do. So... everything they say and do can be taken with a grain of salt.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
But they don't notice you. Or if they do, they don't
Okay.
care. before they're asleep.
You know what? Can
Oh no.
No, because since she knows tree ants, she's kind of like a. Can I do an insight check or a perception check just to see if they're okay? Like if they just normal tree ants? Because she's not familiar with tree ants, I guess, not in the Fae, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can roll perception. Yeah, they're
20?
fine. They're just tired and sleepy and don't give any care in the world right now.
Okay. Pashini's just gonna go, shh. They're sleeping. She said it
Okay.
really quietly, too.
No, is it actually really quietly, or is it her trying to be?
Her
So-
trying to be.
Okay.
In her mind, she's being quiet. But
Okay.
for everyone else, she's talking normally in a normal, loud voice.
Mhm.
So me and Thunder will
We
sneak
noted.
right by it. Or at least attempt to try to get by it.
Again, Alucard's just looking down at the very loud and clanky armor.
Look, I know,
It's a living.
I know, but I think you can do it. I'm gonna use Park Inspiration for Alucard.
It's just every time anyone else in the party sees the expression of "I'm too old for this shit" that appears on Alucard's face far too often. That's what I'm gonna imagine from now on. It's just someone looking over. It's like, you can do it. Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
Have it.
I'm too old for this shit.
I don't even care if we don't have to roll another stealth roll. Give me
I'm
two.
not gonna. Actually, yeah, go ahead and roll me another stealth roll.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Because this is like a new day, right?
Yeah.
Technically. Okay. I will also cast Pass Without a Trace again.
Oh, Alucard, baby, no.
I mean, he has a Bardic Inspiration with the D12.
14.
And then... That's a better one.
Plus 6, so that's 20.
Okay.
There you go. There you go, lad. I gotta roll. Okay, 23.
What is that face? What does that face mean?
The face of her being upset because they all either rolled really high or really low. Nice.
Like,
Okay.
in general, Pashini probably would have gone up to the tree ants and they just said hello and they screamed in their face, but since she has no fucking idea.
Wonderful.
Since
None
she
Yeah,
has,
of
that's
like,
gonna be great.
4
Tree
of
ants
them I
knowledge.
rolled for. 3 of them did not roll above a 4. One of them rolled a 15.
Wonderful.
You guys, as you're going through the tree ant village,
The trained occupation.
the tree ant area, you
Yeah.
move quietly as you can, and you hear this creaking and groaning of branches as you're going through. It seems like a few of them are stirring, but then most of them just go back to sleep.
Good.
One of them kind of looks at you, very
Pashini would, like,
groggily.
wave. Like, little tiny wave from the saddlebag. She's just watching.
Alucard, you know this look. The tree ant looks very groggily at, and it's a huge old oak, like, tree ant, and it looks very groggily at Pashini. And you see the "I'm too old for this shit" look on its face, and it just goes back to sleep.
Right on.
She need to tell the tree ant because she's too hyperactive and too young.
But yeah, Alucard, you see that I'm too old for this shit look on its face, and you just found a friend. You and this treant are like, you know. It's like, I've never seen. You don't know if it's because it sees this abnormally small centaur, so it's like, I'm either dreaming or something weird is going on, or I don't even know what. I'm not even gonna ask. I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
I'm imagining it as like a moment of like, if the treants like, fit the bill of like they don't experience emotions, for them like having like a sensory trip is when they experience a moment of emotions. So they're like, I experienced cute.
It's like I don't
know how to process this.
Right. It does not know how to process the cute.
It's going to take me 20 years to process.
And you guys are gonna walk back through the forest at some point 6 months from now, and that treant's gonna be like, oh.
just then.
Goodness.
The Oaken synapses finally fired.
Listen, treants are old and they're tired and sleepy, and just no fucks are given most of the time.
Oh, okay, so you're
She probably knows that very well. She's probably annoyed a few of them.
So Ori is a treant vampire. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm Treebeard without the beard. But yeah, you guys get through the forest without any trouble. The treants don't give you any problems at all. They just want to sleep. You make it out of the forest. Day 3 is probably about mid-morning. You start off in the distance seeing a small town and the coast nearby. And the weather has stayed the same. It's been just cloudy. It's cold. It's still very, very cold. But it's better.
Pashini's gonna get Summer's attention, assuming that he hasn't actually noticed the town at all. He has. And she's just gonna be like, look, you're almost home. You're not gonna be lost anymore.
Just kind of, it's the kind of nod you give to a little kid who just told you something very obvious. Yep, not gonna be lost anymore. Thank you, Pashini.
You hear the bells of the clock in the town.
Just
ringing the time out.
Just head pat.
Like, she knows you're from the Fae, but like for her it's just like, you wanted to go here, and she thinks
your home, obviously.
Your home. Yeah. That's why you're going here. But she knows like where you're from, essentially.
Where is Poe at the current moment?
Poe is, let me roll and see who he's with. Poe's on Alucard's shoulder.
Talking with Pashini. Just every so often. She asks like a question like, how do you get your feathers so pretty?
I just picture you doing the bird dance though.
He's just doing the bird dance on Alucard's shoulder. Like, you know when there's music? Have you guys seen the video of the cockatoo just like dancing on the table? That's what he's doing, but on Alucard's shoulder. It feels really weird.
I mean, it's through the, he's feeling it through the plate. That's interesting.
Well,
also more ridiculous though is that like, because Pashini is like 8 inches tall, and Alucard is like 7.5 feet tall.
She's looking up. She's like,
questions, looking up the entire time.
Ow!
Watching the little bird dancing on plate.
Oh crap!
I mean, she's used to it. She does that anyway. She's tiny.
Yeah. So it's just a ting 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 ting.
Yeah. He stops dancing after a minute. He just does it when she mentions that his feathers are really pretty. And he kinda, like puffs up, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a pretty bird."
You're also an asshole.
Fuck you, Selmer!
Yeah.
I really want Pashini to say swear words, but she knows that not to. So she's just like,
even though she's an adult.
Right, even though she's an adult.
Like, you see her about to copy Poe. Like, she just about, she says like the F, and then she's like,
Fruit.
Good.
I imagine Pashini to be the kind of type that would say, "Oh heck," or something like that.
Oh, fudge.
Yeah.
Wait till she gets hit by something, then she's just gonna go poof.
So
Something startles Pashini and it's just like a sailor.
you guys ride into town. It's a small,
Mhm.
quiet town, and I'll bring up the map that I
Yay.
have.
Yay!
I'll move it for the chat to be able to see it.
Yay!
Oh,
You
hold
look
on.
confused.
Oh, Roll20 is angles are weird. It's not letting me show the full map because I need to like zoom all the way out. There. Or in, rather. Roll20. Hi.
What the hell was that sound?
Are you okay?
No.
No.
No, that's fine.
Okay, you know that's as good as it's gonna get. So you guys enter this small little fishing village. There's the town itself is slightly away from the coast, but you see a small road leading from it to a bunch of docks on the coast. It's no longer super steep cliff line here. There are some steep cliffs to the north on the coast, but it's a much smoother access from the village. And you guys notice it is getting a bit warmer down here. You're close to the border of the Southlands. You travel maybe another day, you've crossed the border. You have to cross a huge ravine with a river at the bottom of it to get over to the Southlands, but you're almost there. But yeah, it's a small fishing village. It's quiet. There's just people milling about, fishermen, traders, just the like. There's one big fancy-ish house in the center of town. There's a couple inns. And what are you guys gonna do? You were told that this is where you saw where some of the members have been spotted.
Right. I will.
Machini's just gonna stare at everything. That's just what she's doing.
I will first turn to Summer and say, so did you just need to make it here, or was there something further that you needed assistance with?
I don't know. Or
You need to get to the next town over, but you don't have to have their help for that, so you can help them ask around or help them with whatever they're doing. If they would have you.
Yeah. I mean, really, I just needed to make it here because going through the forest by myself would be rather treacherous. I really need to make it to the next town over, but I can do that without your help. But if you guys still need help with whatever it is you're doing while I'm here, I can try. Pretty good at getting information from people.
Are we
threatening them?
Because I remember, maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, but something about seeing the Madeiras over by the docks or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. So, are we near where the docks are?
You can see the docks from town. The town walls are not very high, but you see the road right to the south. Where'd Roll20 go? Forsold's Gate. That road leads to the docks. You guys came in on the north road.
Oh, okay.
So we're heading into the center of town.
Yeah. But you do notice, who had the highest passive again?
I have 20.
Not me.
It's Pashini, because I have a 19.
Ella, what is everybody's passives?
I think mine is 11.
Mine's 20.
Yeah, no, mine's 13.
I have a 19.
Alucard?
16.
Okay. Everybody but
Pashini's
Pashini.
old.
Or everybody but, Morgan. You notice around town There are a lot of angel statues. In various poses and such, but there's a lot of angel statues. It's almost, for a real life comparison, like Vatican area. All of the Bernini angels just everywhere. Those kind of statues.
Do they just look like generic angels? Or do I recognize any?
You see in the center of town, Summer? Make me an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation.
You see one statue in the center of town of 2 angels. In Alucard, you would recognize one of these from your previous just stuff. You see a statue in the center of town of 2 angels. One has a flaming sword. The other one has a just big great sword. And the one with the great sword is a big, strong, male-looking angel with just strong facial features, big wings. The other one is the one with the flaming sword is a small female angel, shorter hair. Her sword's on fire, and they both just look like they're just standing there, like swords like this, like blade down. It's Michael for you. Alucard is the male. Summer, you recognize Oriel
Both.
and Michael.
Summer just nope. Just looks away.
Does he say that out loud?
The
rest of you can notice that if you want.
Notice the statues by then.
She's too busy. She's looking at the statues.
If they point the statues out, yes, but you also notice Summer's reaction to that particular one in the center of town.
Yeah, he just looks fine. He sees that one and just looks away and just nope.
Are you... And you just like walk off?
No, he just looks away. Not intentionally not looking at it.
Something wrong, or you look a little bit worried?
Poe, how does Nico describe the female one?
Poe looks at the statue.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear in the same voice that told Poe to come down to the mountain, he just opens his mouth again. The one with the wings and the fire and the heads!
Yeah, that.
Okay,
let's just say, our relationship is a bit of a strained one.
Your relationship has been a strained one?
Yeah, I might be something of a I might like jokes and just say sometimes angels don't like jokes.
Yeah, that is pretty apparent.
Yeah. Jokes are funny.
Yeah,
and they make people laugh.
Some people don't agree.
Well, then they're stupid. She just kind of just sits there. Like, how can nobody like jokes? Like,
some are just.
So the angels in the statue, I don't recognize them either.
From the way they look and from descriptions you've heard from your father, you can guess who they are.
Okay.
You can guess that those are his bosses. Well, I say bosses in the loosest sense.
That they're whose bosses?
That they are the 2 leaders of the Arcadians. The 2.
Oh, okay. Okay, so gotcha.
Even though all the archangels are on the same level and really aren't in charge of one another, those 2 are the ones that generally are in charge of making sure things run the way they're supposed to run.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're the de facto leaders.
Yeah.
Alucard will start walking closer to at least the one that they recognize, but will also sort of turn like walking very slowly, but we'll also turn in the direction of someone and be like, "What blasphemy did you commit?"
Look, I'm not saying that there might have been an intimate image of the two of them that I might have stolen and reproduced to the public, but
Pashini just starts laughing. She finds that very funny. By the way, she doesn't understand that there are like bad jokes and mean jokes. She just thinks everything is funny. That's just her mindset.
I wouldn't call it necessarily blasphemy, but that's probably the closest I've been to death in a long while.
That's a very good joke. That's a very funny joke. Don't understand why they don't like that.
Figure in an intimate position with someone else who's a very high level religious figure of reference.
Look.
So this dying easy thing, it's of your own accord.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah. Look, nobody ever said I was smart. That's why I have this. Just kind of points to this circlet on his head.
I can't say smart. I don't think it really depends on smarts or not. You just seem to have such a lack of
good decision making,
regard for your own life.
Common sense.
That also might be it.
Why do I feel like that's Poe?
It was. That wasn't even Nico Poe. That was just Poe being Poe.
Alucard will get closer to the statue, but we'll keep an eye out. Does anyone, like, as I'm approaching, look in this direction, or does anyone start looking funny when we start moving closer?
Roll perception.
Okay.
Can I look out as well? Okay. Although I don't think my roll is going to be good at all whatsoever. I'm just going to... Because I'm looking out, especially because we made it here.
Active 14, passive 16.
Since you're actively looking.
Oh.
Morgan, you're not sure?
Nah.
Alucard, some of the townsfolk seem to be uneasy about the angel statues right now, which is weird. Something is making them uneasy about these statues, which should not be making them uneasy.
Is there anyone, like, in the immediate vicinity?
Yeah, there's people walking by. You can grab someone and be like, hey. There's the town is a mix of like there's sea elves, there's regular elves, there's people, there's orcs. It's just a mixed town because it is a port town. There's just so many different races here that you can just grab somebody off the street.
Yeah, I'll grab someone, but I'll sort of gesture over to Summer to like sort of come over and maybe do more of the direct talking. Just be like, we're relatively new to town. Both of us were interested in knowing what's up with the statues.
The person you grab.
Summer just comes over reluctantly, just like eyes on the statue, waiting for it to fucking animate and smite him.
You grab who looks like a dwarf, just a big, stocky female dwarf with the most glorious beard you have ever seen in your life. It is the most
Metal
glorious
flowers.
thing. Huh?
Metal flowers and woven in.
Oh no, she's got like metal skulls.
Oh damn!
Tied into her beard.
Hell yeah!
She's wearing a captain's uniform. You get the sense that she's just one of the sailor ship captains that's in town. Her hair's black. Her skin's quite tanned from either being on the sea or it's just her natural skin tone in general. She's got dark skin. And she is intimidating. She walks up when you wave her over and she kind of just hands on her hips. What do you mean about the statues? What you asking?
I mean, people seem kind of uneasy about them.
I mean, you'd be uneasy about them too if they moved in the middle of the night.
Summer just step away from it. What do you mean?
Like you wake up and they're in a different spot than they were in before. This one was supposed to be like, she points a good 100 feet away, and you can see where there was dirt that has been disturbed around some cobblestone in the street where the statue was supposed to be apparently the night before.
Or a question. About how large are these statues?
They're life-size.
Okay, so they would count as like medium objects?
Give or take, yeah. They're heavy though. They're life-size.
Okay.
They're stone.
I'm going to roll something.
Oh no. I'm concerned.
Okay, he's not going to.
What was that for?
It was to see if Summer was going to cast a spell to do something. But I rolled high enough for the internal check that he's going to resist casting animate objects on them.
Oh. Listen, don't go cause mass panic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How long have they been doing that?
I don't know. Someone's moving them at night, I think. I think someone's moving them. I don't think statues are coming alive in the middle of the night. That's just hogwash. That doesn't happen. Statues don't come to life. You can clearly see where they've been dragged across the road.
There's actually drag marks.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no like sign that someone tied a horse to them and pulled via the horse, and these are heavy statues. Like, you can't move it by yourself.
Oh yeah.
It really should not be possible to move it without several people, but there's no footprints.
Looking at the drag marks, are there any like plants near them? As in, even if it's like blades of grass or a little tiny flower that is just growing.
There's the general like weeds and stuff that grow in the grass, yeah, or in between the cobblestones.
Could I speak with the little weed?
Sheeny just crouching down. Hi, I'm Pashini.
Yeah, you can speak with the weed.
Okay. She would do speak with plants. No, whoops. I casted it twice. Anyway, she's gonna go over to a little weed, and she's gonna like poke him gently. It's like, hi, could you wake up for a second, please?
It's very sleepy, and it's really tired, and it's like,
But there's one.
good morning.
Oh.
Good morning. I was wondering if you heard the big racket.
There's
The-
always a big
you
racket.
But in the middle of the night, you see the big giant statue? As she points at it, and she's like, it got moved, and I was wondering if you could tell me what happened.
It moved last night. I don't know what moved it though. It moved. I'm just a blade of grass, you know. I just sit here and go about my day hoping I don't get stepped on by a horse or a dwarf or, you know, a dog might eat me.
She must have picked it up and like unroot it and put it somewhere safe. I know that you don't know who did it, but were they humanoids?
Humanoids.
She was about to say human, and then she's like, noids.
I don't know. It was big, and it had wings.
Okay.
And please don't let it squish me with the statues. I've only been here like 11 days.
Oh.
11 days. Shit poster.
It's like, because I don't want to hurt it.
Thank you, Chris
in
Perkins,
case,
for that.
Like,
It's like a brand new blade of grass that shot up in the last 2 weeks.
she's gonna be like, would you like me to try and move you to somewhere safe? I can keep you alive for quite a while.
Somewhere else where I won't have to worry about getting eaten by a small animal like a dog or a cat.
Oh, she wants to keep the braid of glass.
One that's been there for like 50 years, just get up!
You hear another blade of grass, get off of my leg!
Tina's gonna turn around to like her companions, and she's gonna be like, "Can someone get me a pot, a tiny one?" I feel like we're done.
I mean,
I'm having so much trouble processing.
Or a tiny thing that I can put.
The dwarf produces a shot glass out of her bag.
Pashini takes it. Oh. And she goes and finds like some like dirt somewhere, some like loose dirt. She'll fix it up much later down the line, but for like a temporary thing, she knows it's good. And she's gonna be like, "I'm gonna put you in here, and you will never get eaten."
Are you gonna try and pull it out of the ground?
No, I'll try my best. I've never done this before, but I want to try.
Are you sure that you can pull me out without, breaking my legs? Because I have a lot of legs. Because, I think that's what they're called. I don't know. I've only been here 11 days.
And they continue to grow. So as long as you always have at least 1 or 2 roots, you'll be fine. Because then more roots come out. It might. I will try to make sure that you're perfectly fine, but you need to understand that there's a possibility. She's just going like that. You might have 1 or 2 little roots to go.
Ori,
What?
does a blade of grass count as an object?
No.
Damn it. Oh, she's gonna cast animate object so it could just fly. Just fly into the pot. That's the shot glass.
Is there a way that I could use Druidcraft in some way to just make it a little bit easier?
Yeah, because
Because she can grow little flowers and plants and things, so
yeah.
She would use Druidcraft to the best of her capabilities just to pick up this blade of grass and
It
put
starts
it in.
screaming at first like it thinks it's gonna hurt, but then it's like, oh.
Okay.
And she puts it in a little pot, and she gets some water from her little water skin, and she puts it on the thing, and she's like, "You will stay with me, and you won't
go on an adventure? Am I gonna be a hero? I always wanted to be a hero. I've only been around for 11 days, but I've always wanted to be a hero."
And when we're done on the adventure, I can take you home with me, and you will be so amazed. You will see things that you've never seen before.
You mean like a dragon? I've always heard
At this point,
I know a dragon. She's very nice and very pretty, and she likes it when I make friends.
At this point, Summer's looking at Morgan and Alucard, just like is.
You're just hearing one side of the conversation.
Yeah. Is common? I don't.
Just let her be. Let her be.
Yeah, the statues moved last night, and something big moved the statues, and I don't know what it was.
Why does it sound like it's about to start crying?
That's fine. I can let my friends know. But thank you very much for your help, and I will make sure that you're well looked after. Hi, Dave. I'm Pashini.
Steve is my name, not Dave. Get it right.
Steve. I'm sorry. I'm just very excited that I have a new friend.
Well, two things very quickly.
Once we all get our breath back.
I'm crying. She's made a new friend with the grass, and she's never done that before.
I'm just gonna sit here and fail to stay in character. Two. Genuine question.
Yeah.
Were we given a rough description, just as a clarification, were we given a rough description of what the people we're looking for look like in terms of, like, for lack of a better term, acolytes? Or trying to cause the resurrection, what they look like? Or do we just know roughly, like, this is what they're doing, but not what they look like?
As far as Magnus was aware, and as far as Alenza and the rest of the council was aware, this could either be one of two things. Some followers that were never put to sleep that managed to escape or just were not found. So they could be angels in disguise, they could be Nephilim. Or they are something else, some sort of fanatics that are using the name and they don't know what they're doing. They're being ignorant about it. So they don't know what it is that they're actually trying to resurrect. They're just... So it's either fanatics or it's actual followers. Both are dangerous in their own ways. If it is the actual followers, or a actual follower who is making a group of just whatever, then you're looking for signs of some sort of angel or Nephilim around. And like I said, the angel statues in town are being moved. And there's no real reason as to why they're being moved in the positions that they're being moved in. Normally, you know that Michael is facing east, and Uriel is facing west. Michael faces towards the sun rising, generally. And he has turned to the south. To the south, you do know directly from where he is pointed, like facing, there's an inn.
Do we want to move the statues back to where they were?
Pashini's just gonna relay what the tiny weed grass named Steve said. And she's just happily chatting away with it for like the rest of the, I think, 10 minutes that she has.
If we want to move the statues back to where they were, I can make that happen. But at the same time, that might cause mass hysteria, so maybe not. Let's not do that, actually.
Well, excuse me, moving the statues back. I mean, I wonder if the statues have been moved back since they've been moved before or moved the first time. So is someone like repeatedly moving them and they're getting moved back and then someone's moving them again?
The dwarf doesn't know. She just got into port yesterday again from being gone for a few weeks.
I mean, I guess Simplest way for us to know would be if we stay the night and then they show
Move
up
them.
at the place in the
Move
morning.
them now. Yeah, move them back now, and then if they're moved in the morning, then this has to be some sort of consistent thing that's going on, which begs the question, why is it being done?
Yeah,
I mean, for what purpose would someone need to move these statues?
no idea.
I mean, if nothing else, getting set up in an inn would be good, just to have an established base to work from.
True. And then
in the innkeep, and/or be on the lookout for why this is happening at night.
while still being able to do what we came here to do, is to find a clue. We could help these people. We could help them. It seems that they're rather disturbed by this, so it seems that it's something small that could be solved.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to move them now then?
What means do you have to move them?
I do have, in my travels, I've learned ways to use magic to animate objects to move their own accord for a small amount of time. That way they move themselves rather than us having to strain our efforts to try to move them.
As soon as you mention animate them, Morgan will take a deep breath and shake her head, yeah, let's not.
Yeah,
let's not do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, it doesn't imbue them with any necessary sentience, but seeing statues floating around in the middle of the day isn't going to be good for anybody.
So is this, out of question, is this a town where there's like a guard available or anything like that?
There's a guard. It's a small fishing port village, so there are guards especially for the docks for the main part. There is some crime in the town, but it's by itself for the most part, so the only crime coming in and out of the town is coming in and out from the ships. Sailors getting rowdy and drunk, and that's mainly what the guards deal with, is the drunk sailors just being drunk sailors. And you can see a few guards walk into the inn because it is one of the restaurant areas, like dining places in the town. You see a few guards walk inside. One of them appears to be a captain of sorts just by his dress. You guys know what a guard captain looks like with the clothing. It's a taller orc man, long white cloak that only drapes over one shoulder, and it's got like a blue waves at the bottom of it with a raven in the back, like in the white part.
I know he probably won't, but I was immediately picturing that his voice is just Actus.
But he looks like he's the captain. He's got a long sword on his side, and he's wearing like a bronze-colored plate armor. And he walks inside the inn with a couple just regular guards.
Okay, how about I agree with you, Alucard. We could just start by getting set up in the inn. At least for now. We can. Do we get the sense that this is the only inn in town?
There's a couple, but this one looks like the nicer, larger one.
Okay.
It's also the one closest to a lot of the statues. There's a few statues there's a few small angel statues out front of it, and there's what appears to be an angel with a gargoyle on top. There's a lot of angel statues in this town, and it's a little weird that there's so many angel statues in this town for the size of the town. Because it's a small port fishing town. This is kind of weird.
I mean, very religious.
Well, a lot of the angel statues generally in most towns are either around the religion centers.
Yeah.
It's this whole town.
Well, that was more just Summer rationalizing it to himself. Maybe they're all really religious. I don't know.
But yeah, you guys, if you go inside the inn, are you guys going in now?
Yeah.
The only thing, because I know we're getting low on time before we
Mm-hmm.
go for right now. The only thing I would have wanted to ask or to try and double check, was get closer to the Michael statue and begin to like start reaching out towards it, but more for the purpose of just seeing like, does anyone seem like they're reacting in the area as I start getting closer to it?
No. They just think it's weird that they're moving at night.
Mm-hmm.
During the day, the statues don't really seem to cause them any sort of real fear or real unease. They're just uneasy because something is moving them around.
Gotcha, okay.
Head to the end in that case.
Yeah. So as you guys go inside, you guys notice it's fairly nice inn on the bottom floor. The bottom floor is just your general like dining area with the bar and the tables and like fireplaces and stuff. And the fireplace is going because it is cold. Sorry for the big boom. There's a rock quarry down the road.
It's all good.
I don't know if you heard it. Sorry. They blast every day at 5 o'clock. But
Joey. Joffrey, what are you doing?
It's okay. It freaks her out. But you notice as you go into the innkeep, you notice some denizens. You see the guard captain and his guard sitting in the corner. And
No.
That looks like
but you see him, and then you see near the fireplace, you guys see this really big painting. Like, big. It is an angel that looks like it's trying to fly upward and reach upward, but it's being pulled down by a bunch of gray stone arms. And the painting is slightly askew.
I ain't never seen nothing like that before. That's definitely.
Is there anyone that like works for the bar nearby?
Well, there's the innkeep.
I will turn to them and say, excuse me, is your painting supposed to look like that?
No, it's not supposed to be it's not supposed to be crooked like that. No, could you mind fixing it, straightening it for me? Cause I've got to take all these guys their food and they're hungry and I just don't wanna. Would you mind straightening it up for me? I'll give you a drink or something for free.
Just use mage hands, not wanting to touch it myself. Summer not wanting to touch it himself.
How close do you get to it, Summer?
How far away is it from the entrance?
It's a fairly large inn. It's about, I'd say, 30 feet or so from the entrance.
Okay. So it's within mage hand range then.
As you move it with the mage hand to straighten it up, it kind of wobbles a little bit and it takes you a second.
Yeah.
You notice as it wobbles, you see a space behind it, like where maybe like a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Or something behind it.
Just kind of take mental note of that, not wanting to call it out. But curious.
But yeah, because it's time.
Yeah, because it's time for us to
We'll
call.
go ahead and call it. At that, you guys found a secret door.
Well,
She made a new friend.
You guys made a new friend named Steve, the Blade of Grass.
are you gonna want me back next week, or?
Honestly, with this, probably if you're available, but we can discuss it later.
I'm available next week.
All right, so chat. That's all we've got for today. I hope you enjoyed that.
I hope you enjoyed Pashini's conversation with the Blade of Grass.
That was so cute.
The precious baby.
Precious.
And now he's going on an adventure, and she's going to show him the entire world, and then the fade world, and he's going to mind's going to blow.
The end boss is going to be invincible, but he's going to be like Baldur. He's just weak to wheatgrass. He's
just weak to Pashini talking.
It's just crabgrass growing between the cracks in the pavement.
Yeah, it's a very specific fairy band.
But yeah, yeah, thank you for all of the subs today and the gift subs and the follows, and it was great. Thank you guys. Again, we have Discord, Patreon, and the merch store at So Nodeware. What is next tonight? What's tonight's show? I forgot. I'm having a moment.
Don't know.
I know, but I'm having a moment. Where's the schedule?
Good. I don't know where to go.
I don't see the schedule anywhere.
It is Blood and Shackles.
That one will be tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
It is.
Go watch it. They're awesome. But yeah, we've got that tonight. But yeah, I really don't have much else for you guys chat today, so I hope you enjoyed that. If you guys want to just say your outros, like...
Alright, I'll go first. You can follow me on pretty much all social media as Nuka Puka, except for on Twitch, where it's Nuka the Puka. Basically, I do art, I draw things, and sometimes I post things. And that's pretty much it.
Ray?
Hey, I'm Ray. You can find me on Twitter as Ray Transitional or in Discord as Crystallize Me. I don't do much. I'm on here. Yeah, that's about it.
Phoenix?
Hello, everybody. I'm Angela. So I do essay writing for Art for Ourselves, an online QT-POC creatives collective. I am one half of Queerly Yours podcast. I am on 2 games here, Emissaries of Avidna and this campaign with Sleeping Angels. And also the DM for Adventures in Agni and All POC 5e campaign that happens Saturday nights here on Welcome to the Party. Yeah. And I do poetry and writing on my Patreon at Philosophem, and I've also recently started offering services to create custom music themes for both TTRPG campaigns and websites. So if you're interested in any of that, look into my Patreon or just DM me and I'll follow up with you.
And
find me on most things with some variation of Phoenix 24 Femme or Phoenix Femme or the Philosophem.
Myth?
Hello.
Hi, Hellgroom.
Yeah, hi, Hellgroom.
I am Methosia. You can find me on a lot of places. Methosia 985. Also a lot on Ori's channel because you could just play a lot of D&D there.
He just lives on my channel is what he does. He just lives on my Twitch channel.
Yeah, because I don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I don't want to stream myself on anything. Yeah. I run D&D. I play D&D. Sometimes I try to kill Ori. Sometimes she tries to kill me. It's fun. It's fine.
Yeah, we just have a kill-kill relationship. It's okay.
Even though we don't kill each other, we just torture.
We just threaten it. I'm gonna kill Nico. No, you're not. Alright.
Then I'm gonna kill your husband. No, the fuck you're not.
Alright. So, but yeah. Again, you can find me pretty much everywhere at the _lady Ori. I always forget that first underscore. Like I don't know my own username. Find me everywhere with that tag. Twitch, Twitter, DeviantArt if you want to venture into that realm of darkness. I have an art station. It's not under that, but you can find the link on my Twitter or my Discord. I stream D&D and games and art, and I'll be doing more art on my D&D channel soon, or on my Twitch channel soon, because I figured out how to stream from my iPad now, so I don't have to use my Cintiq, which hurts me. But yeah, we are playing my Monday game that I run on my channel this Monday. It is a Homebrew Fae game, and both Mythosia and Nuka are in that game, and
some interesting things are happening.
Someone just kidnapped a rabbit, and someone's gonna burn down an entire town because of it, apparently.
Yeah.
So,
Nuka is still adorable, and I am less.
Yeah.
I go from the chaos of the group to the only order in that group.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm in between.
I do have commissions open. If anyone wants one, just hit me up. Just private message. But that's it. But all right, that's all we have for today. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Who's online?
I don't know.
See.
I don't know.
There's no one on our list online, is there?
Rip. Let's see.
I just noticed I am super pale. It's like...
You guys have any idea who to raid?
Cool.
Oh, Variant Rolls is live.
Oh, do that then.
Like, my night thing finished. What is it, like? Yeah, the night light for the laptop, and it makes everything orange, and then now it's just not. It just confused me.
I still don't have the ability to raid.
I don't think there's anyone online.
Go to Variant Rules anyways.
Yeah.
We can't make you raid.
Phoenix, do you have the ability to raid?
Nope. I don't know who does.
I need someone to raid for me.
Is anyone able to raid?
There are mods around.
Alright, let me get my hat and my battle axe. Who said raid?
I just messaged Throt. Hold on.
I need you to raid someone, please. I was not expecting to get a blade of grass in a shot class. Just every so often, I'm just gonna have a nice little like conversation with it.
Yeah, I don't think we have any mods in chat.
I just messaged Throg.
Yeah.
But
Well, nothing else. It's not something we need to worry too much about at this moment.
there we go.
Oh, yep, there it is.
All right, thank you guys.